This is a video about playing elves in the Soulbound Ageof Sigmar role-playing game. Hello, this is 60 Goblins and One Brush with a video about what kind of elves you can play in the Soulbound Ageof Sigmar Warhammer role-playing game. There are 7 elven archetypes, characters you can play in Soulbound, so they are the most numerous. You have most choice in elves. You can play an elf from a free city, from a city of Sigmar, or an elf of the Daughters of Cain of Morathi's order, or an Idoneth Deepkin from the Thsi. You could, as I've talked about yesterday in the humans video, play a trade pioneer or battle mage and still be an elf. But professions where you have to be an elf for are the Black Ark Corsair, so that's a kind of seafaring warrior, / adventurer / pirate, but they don't like to be called pirates. Or you could play a Darkling Sorceress, so it's basically a shadow elf. The most feared of all shadow elves actually, because they are masters of magic, manipulation, cunning, often criminal masterminds even. It is very questionable what they are doing in the Order faction, but at least they don't ride around on black dragons. Not initially anyhow, who knows. So if you want to play someone shady or even evil, that's your chance. A bit similar as the Hag Priestess. They're also as evil as it gets for an Order faction character. The most zealous and ambitious of all Morathi's followers, of all priestesses of the elven murder god Cain, can become a Hag Priestess and later a Hag Queen, which is the highest stage. There is no real reason why a Hag Priestess would join a Soulbound group unless Morathi is asked to send someone, and then she will send someone who is a pain in the butt anyway, who is bothersome to her, whom she can't control, and then she gives him the honor, in quotation marks, to join a group, but actually she wants to get rid of them. And then there are the Witch Elves. The Witch Elves are also followers of Morathi, and they're about the best fighters in the whole game, because they're fast as lightning, they're the fastest of all. A Witch Elf, a Darkling Sorceress or a Hag Priestess, they're likely not to see the other characters in their Soulbound group as very valuable. They probably see them more as expendable idiots to further their own goals. And then there are the mysterious Idoneth Deepkin. You have one magician, one priest, and one warrior. The Tidecaster is the magician, the Soul Scryer is the priest, and the Achillean emissary is the warrior. A Tidecaster or Soul Scryer might join a group to seek a certain soul or a certain artifact, which can come in very handy. While an emissary can be an emissary, or it can be because to join a Soulbound group for a Soulbound character is a sure way to be safe from Slanesh. It is their biggest fear to be eaten by Slanesh again, devoured by the devil. So to be in a Sigmarite Soulbound group is a safe haven for their own soul. And of course, a reason to play an Achillean emissary is to ride around on this cool eel. So let's talk about the elven warriors first. If you want to play a warrior and an elf at the same time, you can choose between the Black Ark Corsair of a free city or free fleet, a Witch Elf of Morathi, or an Idoneth Deepkin Achillean hero. The Black Ark Corsairs are sailors, of course, and they can handle many different kinds of weapons, and they have the very cool talents, the bigger they are, and ambidextrous. Ambidextrous is self-explanatory, and the bigger they are means that you actually fight better if your opponent is bigger than you are. That's really cool. because they're used to fighting large monsters of the sea and so on. They're trophy hunters. I really think that the Age of Sigmar rules and fluff are very well reflected in the Soulbound role-playing games characters and rules. You could be either male or female playing a Corsair, while a Witch Elf is a purely female profession. They're very athletic. They're the contortionists and acrobats amongst all the warriors in the game. 3 soul means that you have a high metal, which means that you have an additional action in your combat phase. You can do 3 things, while others can only do 1 or 2. To backstab is a really brutal talent. You can attack ninja style unseen, and it deals double damage and ignores armor. Blood Frenzy is also really crass. It means that every combat round your melee skill will improve 1 step as long as you continue to deal damage and blood flows. So it has no effect on the undead, but otherwise it's really powerful in this game. And now the Achillean Emissary, which is a very strange and interesting mixture of characters. He's a warrior, but he's also a beastmaster and a kind of emissary, an ambassador, which is a skill that has only been newly discovered by the Idoneth Deepkin out of self-preservation, because they saw that being totally by themselves on their own is not very healthy on the long run. They have only 1 strong attribute, which is body, so they're mainly fighters, and they have their super dangerous animal with them. It's not a small animal like other archetypes have. This is a huge eel, larger than a horse. And they have skills and talents like fearless, intimidating, and night vision. Then there are the priests. You can play a Daughters of Cain hag priestess, a priestess of the god Cain, or an Isharan Soulscryer, a priest of the Thsi of Mathlon. A hag priestess can be only female, of course, and she has 4 soul. Do not underestimate the priests in this game. They're very powerful and the miracles are quite interesting. So she of course has devotion and blessed of Cain, and she has these other things again like backstabbing and so on. This would be very weird and very funny to have one like her in the group. They're mental, as I said before in other videos. They're completely crazy. As are the miracles. They're also completely crazy. For example, blood binding. There are 3 kinds of blood binding. Everything is all blood with those Daughters of Cain. And you can warm blood, cool blood, or hold blood. Warm blood makes your opponents horny, basically. They're full of desire and thus very much distracted by the hag priestess's beauty and charisma. Chill blood is to strike fear into your enemies. And hold blood is exactly what it sounds like. You stop your enemy's blood flow. And the other miracles are equally crazy and bloodthirsty, like Bloody Mist, Dance of Doom, Touch of Death. Funny stuff. While if you want to play something more serious, the Isharan Soulscryer is something for you. Serious and mysterious. He can be a real oracle. He or she is not called Soulscryer without reason, so they can find out anything. Or else, if you want to be more aggressive, you can destroy a soul or capture it. You remember the Soulscryer's job actually is to find souls and to reshape them into elven souls. And finding souls means you raid a village of some innocent people and rip their souls from their bodies. So as I said, priests in this game are powerful. Then we have the mages, the sorcerers. You have the Darkling Sorceress, the Isharan Tidecaster, and the Battle Mage. The Battle Mage I've talked about before in the Humans video, but he can be an Elven Mage as well. The Darkling Sorceress, as the name says already, is supposed to be a female character, but I personally do not see a reason why it couldn't be a male character as well. This is a very interesting magician with 3 mind and 3 soul. It's not all on the mind, but he or she is definitely a creature of the mind. While he or she is a powerful sorceress, her main skills and talents are actually those of a criminal mastermind. Yeah, it actually is the talent criminal master of disguise, silver-tongued, vanish. Vanish is one of these ninja talents where you can actually disappear because you blend into the surroundings. This is hilarious in a role-playing game, really, really cool. And silver-tongued is amazing. It's very powerful in such a social role-playing game where you can just persuade and manipulate the hell out of everyone else. Without and within your group, of course. Master of disguise doesn't only refer to what you wear, but everything. The way you speak, your manners, faking emotions, alter your voice, and so on, which is very handy in combination with the other talents and skills. For example, criminal, which means you have your own set of rules and morals and you know how to find other equally minded people and how to not get caught in illegal activities, and you even get a bonus when you do illegal stuff. So this is the Evel Knievel of all those characters in the book. Or how I like to see it, the trickster. You don't actually have to play an evil asshole or bitch, but you can have your own Loki-like view of the world. So again, while the Dark Elves are the crazy ones, the Idoneth Deepkin are the serious ones. You can have a spirit guardian, like a fish swimming around you all the time, which I think is also extremely cool. Imagine walking around with a fish circling you. But what you really are interested in probably are what is the spellcasting law of the deeps. How did they manage to manifest that in a role-playing game? Let me tell you, you get every spell you could possibly imagine. They're brutal. You can drown your enemies. You can delete memories. You really need that after you raided a village to delete the memory that you were ever there. You can conjure a water elemental that can carry you anywhere. You can bind a beast to you, or you can envelop your enemies in darkness. Amazing spells. Really, really makes you develop an appetite to play a Tidecaster. I think the whole game is a very nice addition to the tabletop game. The tabletop game is a strategy game where you send armies towards and against each other. And the role-playing game lets you slip into one of these heroes, into one of these generals, and see what that's like as an individual in a city or the wilderness without an army. So for me, there are 2 sides of the same coin. You can explore different varieties, different aspects of the realms of Age of Sigmar. I did not include the Sylvaneth in this elf special on purpose, because although they have been created by an elven goddess, Alariel, they are not pure elves in my view. They are more awakened trees. They were created by Alariel. They were neither created by chance with the creation of the new realms, nor were they created by the recaptured souls or from the recaptured souls that have been ripped from Slanesh. Alariel made them from plants. And then there's the trade pioneer, the jack of all trades adventurer type that can also be played as an elf, and I already talked about them in the humans video, but you can make anything out of this guy or gal. So I think the elf fans in this game can be very happy about how the elves have been represented in the Soulbound role-playing game. Have fun playing, try them out. Thanks for watching, leave your comments below. Thank you for subscribing and see you very soon.